Hello everyone and welcome to Redtail Technologies webinar today. Today we'll be going over the 3 ways to wish a happy holiday to your clients from within Redtail's CRM. So we'll look at identifying the different generations within your database and segmenting them using keywords, and then appropriately sending them holiday greetings, whether it's a physical card that comes through the postal service, or maybe it's an email, or if they're super high tech, you can also text message clients a happy holiday message as well. So we're looking at the 3 different ways to communicate with your clients, and we'll be segmenting our clients within our database based on generation. So with that, without further ado, we'll go ahead and jump right in. First, I've got my Today page. We're on the main landing page for the CRM, and we're going to spend most of our time today on the advanced search page. So to get to the advanced search page, I'm going to go to Contacts on my left-hand navigation menu, and then Advanced Search at the very top here. And the very first thing that I want to do is I want to filter my contacts based on their generation. So first I'm going to limit my search to my active clients. So the type of the field that I'm looking for is a contact field. The field that I'm looking for is status. This is how I categorize my contacts, and status is the highest level that you use to categorize your contacts. And right now I'm looking for my active clients. So those are the people in my database that are currently subscribing to a service with my business. Now that I have my active clients, I'm going to limit my search by narrowing the funnel, if you will, and add an AND criteria. This is going to allow me to add an additional line of search criteria, so I can search for active clients that also meet another line of criteria. So we're going to look for contacts that have a date of birth year. We're going to start with less than or equal to, and for this I'm going to check on my generation list. So first we're going to look at Generation X and baby boomers, and for that I just did a little internet search and found that they're born in the year 1976 and before. So we're going to go back into the CRM and search for contacts with a date of birth year less than or equal to 1976. So I'm going to go ahead and run that search, and it's going to bring up all my active clients that are part of Generation X or baby boomers. And I see I have 36 records to that effect. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to save this search in the form of a quick list. And a quick list is not saving that Bill Adams, this contact is on the list, or that Susie's on the list. It's actually saving the search criteria. So every time I pull this quick list, it will dynamically give me a list of everyone who is in this generation based on the year they were born. So I'm going to go ahead and name this Generation X and baby boomers and save that list. And then to find everyone in our millennial generation, we're just going to change this to greater than or equal to 1977 and run the list. So now we're getting all the active clients that are in the millennial generation, and we're going to save that list as millennials. And now that we have our list saved, we can bulk label these clients using a keyword. But before I can add a keyword to the record, I have to add the keyword to our lists within the database. So this is an admin-only function. Only admins can add a keyword to the database. So if you're an admin, you can follow these steps in your own database. If you're not an admin, then you can always request an admin in your database go and add this keyword or whatever it is for you. So we're going to go to our name in the top right-hand corner, and then to manage your account. And then in the very bottom here, you'll notice this section is actually labeled admins only. And what we're going to look at is the Manage Database List page. Now, we're not going to go too in-depth into this section here. There are other webinars on Manage Database Lists and all about how to set up your database using these lists. We're going to focus on the Keywords page and how to add additional keywords to our database. So a keyword is a label on a contact record that implies the answer to a yes or no question. If the keyword is on a contact record, then that means the answer to the question is yes. If a keyword is not on the record, then it implies the answer no. So it's more of a positive relationship type field. If a contact is a 401k participant, then they would have the keyword 401k participant on their record. So we're going to add keywords for our generations. So we'll add generation X and baby boomers, since we're combining those two, and add that keyword. And then we're going to add another keyword for millennials and add that keyword. So what that did is it didn't add the millennial keyword to all the millennials in the database, and it didn't add the generation keyword to everyone in the database that's a Generation X just yet. But it gave us the ability to add those keywords to the records that should have them. So what we'll do now is we're going to go back to the contacts on the left-hand side and open up our quick list to add the keywords to those records. So I went to contacts on the left-hand navigation menu, and now I'm going to go to lists and quick lists to open up my quick list. And here I have one for Generation X and baby boomers and one for millennials. So we'll start with Generation X. And it dynamically searched our database to find everyone who meets those criteria. And then we'll select all of the contacts. And now we're going to bulk add the keyword for Generation X to these records. So for that, I'm going to go to my contact options. This option is not clickable until at least one contact is selected here. So I'm going to make sure to select all of my 36 contacts and then go to contact options, bulk actions. And bulk actions is a way to affect any records in the database in bulk. So anytime I want to add a note in bulk, or in this case, we're assigning a keyword, you can also change the contact status or source or servicing advisor. You can even add their marital status in bulk. There's a lot of different options within this portion of the CRM, and we're going to look at a couple of options as we move through this webinar as well. But right now we're assigning keywords. So we're going to go ahead and choose assign keyword, and then we'll select Generation X and baby boomers from our list. So the reason we had to go to that database list page was to give ourselves the ability to select the Generation X and baby boomer keyword on this list in front of us. Now we can assign those keywords to all these records. It's going to take effect. And now they all have that keyword on their record. So if I go into Bill Adams, the contact record, and scroll down to his keyword section, he's going to now have that keyword on his record because I added them all in bulk. I don't have to add them one by one. All right, so we did that with the Generation Xers. Let's go ahead and repeat with the millennials. So I'll go back to contacts on the left-hand side, open my list, and go to quick list, and then go to my millennials and pull open that list. So again, it's going to dynamically search all our contacts with the status of active client and the date of birth year that makes them a millennial. So here I've only got 14. I'm going to select all 14 of them. Go to contact options, bulk actions, and then assign keywords for millennials. Give them that keyword, assign it. Database is going to add it to all of them for me, and now they all have that keyword for millennials as well. So this keyword, we're working with this keyword for generational management as far as holiday mailings go, but keep in mind with the wealth transfer currently happening in our industry, it's going to be useful to know what generation a contact is a part of for the wealth transfer as well. So it is a beneficial keyword to have in the database for multiple reasons. Now that we've created our mailing list and we've got the keywords on their records, we can prepare our mailings for each generation as well. So for our Generation Xers and baby boomers, I'm going to send them a paper mailing. I've made a holiday card in Word, and I'm going to go ahead and send them that card by printing it out and labeling envelopes and sending it out that way. So to do that, you actually start in Word to build a template. And this is if you don't have any pre-made holiday cards that you want to print on, you can start in Word to build the template for pulling their names in. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up the template that I've prepared within Word so we can see what it looks like. And I just named it Happy Holidays here. It's just a basic bifold card. It folds horizontally, and the front says Happy Holidays, and then the inside pulls in my contact's family name, and it just wishes them a beautiful holiday season from Redtail. So just by making this template in Word, I can run a mail merge template within Redtail for hundreds of contacts, or even thousands if you're getting crazy with it, and not have to individually type in all the names of your contacts on the cards, or worse, physically write them and give yourself a cramp by writing out all their names. So to create this in Word, I'm in Word for Mac, so I'm not going to go through the steps on how to add a field, but we do have documentation available online to help you prepare these templates, because there are a couple steps for each field when adding a mail merge field like this family name into Word. So you can't just come into Word and type in family name. It won't pull in the family name from Redtail. Instead, I'm going to show you how to go to our help desk through this help icon, and then open our Redtail help desk, where we've got different articles on how to build mail merges. So I'll just go into Project Tailwag. This is the version of the CRM that we're on right now. And then search mail merge. And the first thing that's going to come up is a document on mail merge fields. And these are all the available fields that you can pull from the CRM to Word. So first name, last name, those are obviously very useful, but the one that we use the most is the family name in Redtail. So prior to sending this mailing out, you want to make sure all your contacts have their family name filled out as well. This list is super useful, but even before using it, keep in mind that you have to build a template in Word. So we're going to go to how do I run mail merges in Redtail. And this one actually directs us to a post on how to create and upload a mail merge template for use within Redtail. So this link will be directly available on the recorded version of this webinar, or let me know after the webinar and I can send you the direct link as well if you have trouble finding it on our help desk. But basically what this does is it directs you through Word on a PC and shows you how to enter in the date and time, so that every time you pull that document, the date for the document will be up to date on the date that you're running it. And then finally, it shows you how to add mail merge fields to your template. And there's about 5 or 6 steps for each field, and that's why we're not going to go through it on this call, but it will direct you with screenshots on what exactly you're going to be looking at within Word on a PC. So again, let me know by just private chatting in the question box if you'd like a link to this on the live webinar. And then on the recorded version of this webinar, we're going to have a link directly available to this document as well on how to add these mail merge fields to your template. But when you're finished with your template, this is an example of a finished template where it's going to pull in the family name. And this is just the card. There's a separate template for maybe your envelope that you can include your return address on, or perhaps you want to put return address labels on the envelope and then print out labels for your clients. We have pre-built labels within the CRM as well. So let's go back into the CRM and see what it looks like to pull this card and fill it out with all our clients' names, and then pull labels for them as well. So we're going to go back into the CRM here and pull up our list by going to Contacts, Advanced Search, and pull up contacts with the keyword equal to Generation X and baby boomers. So now I'm going to run that search, and I've got everyone with my keyword of Generation X and baby boomers. Now, if you have contacts in your system that prefer not to receive anything by mail, you may have a keyword in here that says do not mail. In this case, I would add an additional line of criteria to exclude those that don't want to receive a mailing. I don't have those for this example, but we do have one for the next example, so I did want to point it out in case you have people that do not want to receive a paper mailing. So I've got my 36 baby boomers and Generation Xers here. I'll select all by checking that top checkbox on the left, and then go to contact options on the right. This is any way I can affect the information in bulk. And then I'll choose mail merges. And this mail merge is going to give me a list of all the available templates that I've uploaded to my CRM. So if you don't have any templates in your CRM just yet, that's okay. Redtail actually provides 2 templates for you. The first is a quick envelope. It does not have a return address. So either you can print your return address directly on your envelopes just through Word, or you can put a return address label on them, or if you have a stamp for your office, you can do that. And then the other that we provide is a quick letter where it pulls in their name and then their address block. So you can check out both of those to test out the information in your database and see how mail merges work. Or you can create a mail merge like I have prior to this webinar for this Happy Holidays mailing. And then I'm going to save this as a note because I want to record that I've sent all of these people a Happy Holiday mailing for 2017. So I'll go ahead and type in Happy Holiday mailing sent. And if I'm printing out today, today's Thursday, let's say I sent it out Friday. Sent out. And then I'll go ahead and run that mail merge. So just by running it, it's going to pull all of these contacts into the Word document and download it to my computer. Let's go ahead and open that up. And now our template is populated with Mr. and Mrs. Adams, Miss Susie Allen, and all of those contact names. We've got Michael and Holly. It's pulling in anyone that has a family name populated. So if I see a mailing like this one where there is no name, that means that this person did not have a family name. So now I can go back in the database, correct that by adding a family name for them, and then rerunning the mailing for everyone. Johnson family. And then I could print these out, cut them in half, fold them over, and start enveloping them. Or maybe I want to have everyone in my office physically sign their name to them to add a little bit of a personal touch. I could do that as well. So that concludes sending paper mailings to Generation Xers and baby boomers. And now we're going to look at how to communicate electronically with maybe your millennials or your Generation Xers that don't want mailings. So within the CRM, that's going to look a little different. First, we are going to change our keyword and make it equal to millennials and run that list. And from here, now that I've got all my millennials up, I'm going to select all of them via that top checkbox and then go to contact options. And instead of mail merges, I'm going to go to bulk actions and choose, let's see, broadcast email. And the broadcast email is going to send an email to each person on this list. So unlike in Outlook, when you want to send an email to a bunch of people, you have to put them in the BCC section of the email, the blind carbon copy. And then they get an email where there's no one in the to section, so it looks like it wasn't really sent to anyone, and they know that it was sent to a bunch of people. Within Redtail, when you send a broadcast email, each recipient gets their own individual email. So it looks like you spent the time to individually compose a mailing just for that. So you'll notice we do have the option for email templates right here at the top. I don't have a template prepared for this section because we can actually build one together. So let's exit out of this mailing and go back into our templates under our name in the top right hand corner and then manage your account. And this is not an admins only function. Anyone in the database can go in and build a template for your emails. Okay, now that we're here, you'll notice I don't have any templates just yet, so we're going to go ahead and add a new template in the top right-hand corner, and then name our template Happy Holidays 2017, and we can just make the subject the same. And then with our body of the email, we can now compose a little crafty mailing. Maybe we want to invite them to a holiday event and correspond with them this way. So I'm going to say, Dear valued client. But I'm going to stop there because normally when you send Dear valued client or Dear resident or Dear current resident, it's not very personal. So instead of entering valued client, we can actually use broadcast email merge fields that Redtail's provided. So by using the hashtag first name, hashtag, it'll actually pull in their first name. So if I send this email to Indiana Jones, it'll say Dear Indiana. And he's going to see an email sent specifically just to him, pulling in his name. And he's going to think that I took the time to write him one individual holiday mailing. And that's really giving your client the personal touch here as far as email goes. We'll just say, wishing you a very happy holiday. And prosperous new year. And then we could also add an image in here. Maybe we can add an attachment for an invitation for a holiday party, or we can add any type of other formatting here, including our signature. So if you wanted to add a link to maybe your Facebook page, if you're having a holiday raffle or any giveaways or having any events like that, you could include links to other sites. So we'll go ahead and leave it at that. And then I also do want to point out these options down at the bottom. So would you like to add your user signature when sending? This is an option if maybe you're sending it from your own username and you have a signature set up for broadcast emails that are just regular emails. Or maybe you could not check this option and create a company signature so it looks more like it's from the entire company instead of just an individual. The next option is to save a copy as a note. I would recommend selecting this option so that when you go to send this template, it automatically selects the option to save a copy as a note and you don't have to remember to save a copy as a note. It saves you an extra step and saves you from having to remember to check that box so that this email being sent is recorded in the CRM on these contact records. And then I always recommend sending user a copy. That's saying you would like to receive a copy of the email so you actually get what your clients are getting and you know what it looks like when they receive it. We'll go ahead and save that email template. And now Happy Holidays 2017 is available for us to send out through the broadcast email feature. So we're going to go back to contacts on the left-hand navigation menu, pull up our advanced search, and then use our keywords to search for anyone with a keyword of millennial. Contact keyword equal to millennials. And then run that search. So again, we've got our 14 contact records. We're going to select all of those and then go to contact options to run a bulk action and send that broadcast email. And then from our email templates, we can now select Happy Holidays 2017, and it'll pull in our subject, the body, the fact that we wanted to save the copy as a note, and that we wanted a copy to be sent to us as well. It did wipe out my signature because I did not select for it to keep my signature. So here's where I would include another signature and then send that broadcast email. Please note, I do want you to know that if you do send a test broadcast email, then you're going to get an email to your inbox that says Dear First Name. And that's because a test email is not pulling for any contact record, so there's no name for it to pull in from. But if you do send the actual broadcast email, then your clients' names do get pulled in. So if you do want to test where you see that the merge field pulls in a name, I would recommend creating a contact record for maybe a test contact, maybe your favorite band artist or Mickey Mouse or yourself, and then sending an email to that contact where your email address is, and then you would have their name pull in. So that's a great way to test it as well, is just by adding a test contact to the database instead of selecting this send test broadcast email option. That's more to check formatting instead of the merge fields. So we'll go ahead and send that broadcast email. And once that email is sent, you'll notice we didn't get any confirmation that it had successfully sent to those contacts. There is a place in the CRM where we can view where those emails went. So let's go to our name in the top right-hand corner and then manage your account. And everyone can access this, admin or not. So when you send an email, you all have access to this email management section. And this is where you can manage your broadcast emails. So we tried to send the Happy Holidays 2017 today, and it looks like 0 of them have processed. It's still processing or pending, but none have failed yet either. And it looks like we tried to send one on the 16th, and that one's pending too. So what that tells me is something's wrong with our preferences. So before you can send a broadcast email, you do have to set up preferences under your name in the top right-hand corner, and then preferences. And we have other videos on how to get those preferences and set up all that information, so I'll just go over it really briefly. But under preferences, there's a section called email, and that's where this information, your SMTP server information, would need to be input. So like I said, there's other webinars on how to set up this information, on why the emails didn't send, and that kind of falls under troubleshooting. But as for going through the steps to send a mailing, it's entirely possible to send an individual email to all of your millennial clients if they prefer that over a paper mailing. So at this point, you'll notice that our webinar was called 3 Ways to Send a Holiday Meeting, and we've only gone over 2 so far. We've gone over 1 for creating mail merges, those physical letters that you're sending through the postal system. And then the second was creating an email and sending an electronic Happy Holidays or holiday mailing to your clients. The third option is really new within Redtail. It involves our new product, Speak. You'll notice I have an additional icon up here in the top right-hand corner. And it's actually a compliant way to text message your clients. So maybe you have those clients that are super tech savvy and they don't want a paper mailing and they don't want fluffy emails unless it has something to do with scheduling a meeting or something. Maybe they would prefer to be texted. Speak is an option to individually text message your clients and wish them a happy holidays or whatever they celebrate, a happy new year. So this little icon in the top right-hand corner is enabled. It's an additional product from Redtail, so it's an additional service, just like the CRM is a service, Speak is its own product, and it gives you the ability to instant message from your CRM to your clients where they receive a text message. And what it looks like is if I had Henry Jones down here under my clients, I could go into Henry Jones, this is Indiana, and I'm going to wish Indiana a happy holidays. So just by instant messaging, I'm saying happy holidays, Indiana Jones, and Indiana Jones is going to receive a text message on his phone that says happy holidays. And he can reply just by texting us back, and we would get a text message where he said thanks from his phone. So Speak is an additional option. There's no bulk way to message them, just like there's a bulk way to mail merge and there's a bulk way to send bulk emails. There's not a way to bulk text message just yet, but that's because Speak as a whole is a new way to compliantly message your clients. So Henry Jones, let's go ahead and search for his record in the CRM. By messaging him through Speak, I'm now going to have a record that I sent him a holiday text message on his contact record. So let's open up our left navigation menu, go to More on the left, and then open the Speak history. And this is going to give us a history of that we sent him happy holidays, and then he said thank you. So now I've compliantly messaged him because the message is stored and tracked and searchable within his contact record. So just a brief little touch there on the third way of wishing clients a happy holidays, and these are for your super tech-savvy clients, the ones that don't want a paper mailing or an email address or an email sent to them. And just like your mail merges and your emails, the history is totally saved within Redtail and searchable for future access. That concludes the three options we had, the three ways to send holiday mailings to our clients. If you have any further questions on any of those options in the CRM, when it comes to either building your mail merge in Word or setting up your email templates or even putting in your email set preferences so you can actually send those emails from Redtail, or if you're interested in more information about our Speak product, the compliantly way to text message your clients, please feel free to reach out to our support team at 800-206-5030 or email them at support@redtailtechnology.com. Thank you and have a great day.